Howdy everyone, it's good to see you all again. Now, I originally wasn't going to make this video, but considering the honestly unexpected amount of attention my Sneako video just kept on getting, I figured I should probably make a video responding to some of the comments, since replying to each and every one of them became less viable as the comments list grew. And that's something important to me. I want to be able to communicate with you guys, especially as the channel grows. So, here we are. Anyways, let's dive into some comments. Right, so this is the first one, and I believe it's the most popular as well. Sneako has a point. You're too into reality, meaning politics and a bunch of bullshit we have no control over, and not over your own life. Alrighty, I think it's important to be a bit more nuanced about this. Of course, I don't think people should just completely focus on politics. We have to improve and focus on ourselves as well. However, if you think politics is something that you don't have control over, you're deluded by the same type of rhetoric Sneako is using in his video, which is why it's important to hold those with the platform accountable for their views. Sure, I can understand if you live in Alabama or Washington, like a solid red or a solid blue state, you may feel like you don't have an influence over who becomes president. And you would mostly be right. However, presidential elections are not the only elections. Local elections are, in terms of the way that they may impact your life, in some ways even more important than the presidential ones. Additionally, voter turnouts can get as low as 15% in local elections. So going out and phone banking, canvassing, and honestly even just voting can have more of an impact than you might think. This next one is particularly interesting, and even though that I responded to it in a comment, I just wanted to include it because I hear a lot of the same or similar sentiments. Sneako knows that his fans shouldn't be listening to everything that he says. People aren't out here looking for a political perspective from Sneako. That might be the case, that people aren't really looking for a political perspective from someone like Sneako. However, that doesn't really matter here, right? Because he gave them one in this video. I mean, let's be honest here. Sneako's videos do have a political undertone to them, at least some of them, and we would be lying if his videos didn't inform at least some of his viewers' opinions. We can't just run away from that consequence. And finally, if your defense of Sneako is that no one will listen to him anyway, that doesn't sound like a super compelling argument to me. Alright, next we got a few of these comments, and they're basically just because Sneako disagrees with you doesn't mean that you have to call him a dumbass.
If you're too invested in this election, if you're too invested into American politics at any point, you're a loser because you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Come on now, you're defending a guy that calls people who vote losers, but you can't take me calling him a dumbass because his views are reductive or harmful? When did Sneako fans become so sensitive? I'm only kind of joking, but for real, don't defend the guy who dishes it if you can't take at least a little bit of it back on his behalf. Your points are completely irrelevant. People who devote change to politics are too dumb they are being used for a politician's personal gain. Half of Americans vote for personality. As a black man, if you think Trump affected your life in any way, you are a loser, trying to find excuses for not being your best self. I really don't understand the comments trying to tie self-worth or self-improvement to politics. I understand that's part of Sneako's thing, the whole focus on yourself king, but I think that the philosophy of self-improvement and understanding that politics is important are two completely divorced things that someone can believe in at the same time, myself included. You say that half of Americans vote based on personality and are too dumb to realize politicians are taking advantage of them. And hey, you know, I'll give him that one at least, you know, Republicans do exist. Bruh, he's funny. That's all that matters. He's only stating his own opinion. Besides, he was only trying to say that the system is broken and your vote can never change the outcome. I don't get the lack of conviction behind this and similar comments. Sneako is very clearly giving you a prescriptive statement in this video. It's practically a persuasive video essay. If you want to defend him, just defend his points. Don't hide behind the "it's just his opinion" point. I mean, this video is just my opinion, right? But you can still attack me. You can still attack my points. The second part of this comment, I can't really respond to. When someone says that the system is broken and nothing else, I don't really know what to say. But I will say what I said in an earlier comment. If you think that your vote or your political capital can't achieve anything, I would implore you to look into your local political scene. Additionally, I would also suggest this video by Jay Foreman called "Is There a Good Reason for Not Voting?" It sheds some light that really, literally no matter your situation, especially with mail-in voting where it takes minutes, there really is no good reason not to vote. Finally, I've seen a few comments similar to this one, where they talk about how the graph that I showed actually proves Sneako's point. The graph in question is the graph that shows voting participation by wealth. The disconnect here is that the person in the comment correctly points out that people who have more wealth are those who tend to participate more. That is a descriptive statement. It's not an opinion, it's just a fact, right? I agree with it. However, what Sneako was saying was that it's not that people who have less don't participate more, it's that they shouldn't. which is a prescriptive statement. Now, I also made a prescriptive statement in the video. I was saying that everyone, no matter your income level, should participate. So I don't disagree with you. People who have more participate more, but that wasn't the point. Anyways, that was the bulk of the comments that I'm really able to engage with in a substantiative way. The other comments were either just too vague or just not really looking for a conversation. However, I also appreciate the surprisingly positive support from some of the comments as well. You guys are great, and I appreciate all of you. Anyways, that's all from me for now. I'll see you guys soon though. Wink wink.